Hey, good morning, everybody. I don't know what is going on. Again, I always have problems with this thing, and I think Facebook like did some sort of an update or something. And now the live screen looks different, and I struggled with getting it the first time. So, um I don't know, guys. I don't know. All right. So, and I'm trying to get myself situated here so everybody can see me um, this morning. Okay, so um, thank you for joining. I had my walk this morning. It's very warm here in Virginia Beach now, and it's one of those situations where you don't really know how to dress, especially like in the morning. It's cool, and then it gets hot, and um, I am in the early stages of menopause because I'm getting hot flashes like crazy, multiple times throughout the day and the night. So, there are some days I'm on fire. And last night a um, I did my home buyer education class, which was really good, by the way. So if you have a chance, you should join it. It's once a month, on the first Tuesday of every month. But anyway, in the middle of my presentation, um, I got this crazy hot flash, like, holy cow, it just like came over me. And, I'm sweating and I'm like, oh gosh, please let this pass, please let this pass, because I had the camera on, I still shared my screen, but the participants could also see me. And it was just, I felt crazy. I don't know how I really looked, but I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm so hot. Anyway, so that's why you kind of see me a little bare today, because I'm just dealing with these hot flashes, and they're, really kind of taking me for a loop. I don't want it to appear on the camera as if I don't have any clothes on. So I am dressed. All right. So a couple of things here. We always start with our morning prayer. Okay, so we're going to do that. And I really struggled with a topic today, guys. I really did. So those of you who join me, or even if you join me on the replay, please put some comments in there. Like, tell me stuff that you think would be good things to talk about, because it's going on 3 weeks now that we've been doing this live, and I'm running out of things. I never thought I could run out of things to say, but I am really running out of things. So let's start with our morning prayer. And today's topic, I said in the announcement that it was going to be determined, but I think what we're going to do is, there was a question in yesterday's live that I kind of left you guys with, and I'm going to talk to you about how I answer that question, and maybe we can expand upon that a little bit. But I'm really looking for some feedback today, so, hit me with it, please, so we can continue to get this thing going. All right. Okay, so today's morning prayer, let me put my glasses on. Now I can see. All right. Dear God, please stand beside us, as I know you always do. Help us find peace, strength, and balance in our lives. Thank you for all that you have given us. We are truly blessed. We pray in your name that we can get through this troubling time, as we will continue to seek your guidance. With that, we can accomplish and overcome anything. We pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. All right. So, it is a troubling time right now, for all of us. And, um, you know, it's really crazy, because when we're we don't know what to do with ourselves right now. I mean, one of the reasons why I did this live was one, because I thought it would be fun, but also because, when we're used to being so busy all of the time, and then things around us are just closing, and we don't have the normal routine that we generally, are used to. Depression can set in. Like I think I mentioned one time before. It's just, times like this can truly be a breeding ground for depression. So I'm hoping that, this live, maybe, if you're going through some struggles right now, that maybe this will, brighten your day, at least, one part of it. Excuse me, my cell phone is going off. Um, all right, so announcements. Okay. On the 11th, I'm going to start doing the Saturday classes for effective communication. It's a 3-hour class from 9 to 12. We're going to be talking about, ways to build your communication skills. And it's going to be the same class, every Saturday. So if you take one class, you only need one class. You don't have to keep coming every Saturday. And I'm offering that at a discounted price. So that's $79 for the 3-hour class. So if you need to brush up on your communication skills, feel free to join us. The details are on Eventbrite, and I'll also post those in the feed later on. And then, so that's every Saturday from 9 to 12. On April 16th, I'm going to be doing a time management class. And I'm also going to do that same class on April 23rd. And again, it's $79 for those classes as well. That's all I have on the calendar right now for April. But if you're interested in any of those classes, just, check them out. The details in regards to both of those courses are on my website, www.tsmmortgageprofessionals.com. And again, if you know of someone who is looking, to buy a house, maybe not now, but in the future, and want education on that, have them join the home buyer education workshop. It's, like I said, every month on the first Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. And it's free. So, I know times are tight right now for people. But if you can get some free education, I encourage you to do that. So that's it for announcements. Okay, let's jump right into our topic. Oh, actually, today, if you can see that, um, I am not drinking hot tea today because it's hot. So, and I've been burning up these last couple of days. So my husband and my children got me this wine tumbler because I drink wine, and it says 1970. I don't know if you can see that, but 1970 vintage, aged to perfection. Okay, because I guess I don't know if it's 40 when you're over the hill, or 50. Not sure, but right now I'm feeling quite over the hill. But this mug, or it's a wine tumbler, kind of made me feel good because it says that I'm vintage, and that makes me feel good. Vintage, it's a beautiful way of saying that you are aging without, feeling like you're over the hill. Anyway, so I do have tea this morning in my wine tumbler. It's green tea. It's iced green tea. So that's what I'm drinking today. Iced green tea. Mm. And this is my favorite color. I love like teals and blue and aqua. Um, my bracelets, they got all the blue colors in there, and all the things that I love. Color wise, and not just all the things that I love, but just this. I don't know if any of you guys do Pandora. or enjoy Pandora, or have even started a bracelet. But this bracelet that I have here, I have three of them actually, but this is the one that I just finished probably about a year ago. And it has beautiful beads that are my favorite color, but every single charm on this, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but every single charm on this bracelet represents a piece of who I am. Okay. So I've got a shoe on here because those of you who know me know that I absolutely love shoes, or did. I still do, but I can't wear my heels like I used to anymore. My knees are bad. Um, so I've got a shoe because I have shoe fetish. Um, I have, a couple of beads that have my birthstone on them. And again, I don't know if you guys can see. Um, then I have a cruise ship, which, because, my family and I cruise every single year. Then I have an ornament on here, because I collect Christmas ornaments for the tree. So my tree is not really a traditional tree. Some people have, their colors that they do every year, and all that good stuff. My tree is very eclectic because it represents, special moments in my life, and there's just all types of beautiful um, ornaments, and every single ornament on my tree tells a story about myself, about my family. And so when we travel and we go places, or even, if people buy me gifts, people who know me know that I love Christmas ornaments, but not the real Christmassy stuff, like, something that has meaning and represents maybe the relationship that we have or whatever. So I have an ornament on here. I have a heart that says best mom, my kids gave me for my birthday. I have a butterfly on here, a half of a butterfly. And guess who owns the other half? My BFF, Veronica. So she's got one half and I have the other. And then I have the Statue of Liberty, okay, because I'm a New York native, as many of you know. Then let's see what else. So I have a purse because back in the day when I could wear my fly heels and, the matching purse, right? When I was in an office all the time, um, I loved shoes and bags. That was my thing. Some of you who I'm friends with, I know you know that because you're all about it. And then some of the other ornaments, or excuse me, not ornaments, but charms are just, like my favorite color and just things that I thought were kind of pretty. I have a dragonfly on here somewhere, or at least I did. Where my dragonfly is. I don't see that. Okay. Oh, here it is. I have a dragonfly. It's on my other bracelet. So I finished one. I'm starting another one, a bangle, and I've got dragonfly. I have my most recent charm is my 50 charm because I just turned 50 in March. And then another dragonfly, which was given to me by a friend of mine, Colleen. I don't know if you're listening, but Colleen and her family gave that to me for my birthday one year. They know I like dragonflies. And then I have a baseball charm and softball. Okay, they don't have softball for Pandora yet. I'm waiting for a softball one, but they gave me a baseball one, and then another mom one for one of the Christmas. And then I have a little dog paws, and then I have a snowflake, and my snowflake has a broken stem on it, and I don't know how I broke it, but I did. But so anyway, my bangle bracelet or not my bangle. I'm sorry. I have a bangle bracelet that I've started right now that have, my dragonflies and my baseball, softball, and my 50. And then I have this other bracelet, Pandora bracelet, that kind of, it's a little bit broken. And so all of my misfit um, charms are on my broken bracelet, because I love them and they're Pandora, but something happened to them because I never take these off. Um, so rather than getting rid of them if they break, I just put them on my little misfit bracelet. So um, because they're broken, and they represent times in my life when I may have been broken. So everything that I wear has some sort of meaning to me. And then recently, my youngest daughter, Alyssa, who, by the way, her birthday is today, 16. My youngest is 16 years old today. So happy birthday, Liz. And unfortunately, you know, we we're stuck in the house, but we're going to do something special for her today. So she's 16. And and then that's pretty much it. I know I just got off on this little tangent because I really don't have a whole heck of a lot to talk about today. But yeah, so Pandora is one of my favorites, and like I said, every charm represents something special in my life. Don't see anybody on yet this morning, but what I want to talk about today is yesterday we had thought-provoking questions. And, I had some engagement from the audience, which was really cool. But there was a question that I could not answer while I was on the live. Like my brain just wouldn't give me, I had like a block. Oh, hey, Monica. Yes, I will tell Liz happy birthday. Yeah, I know. Can you believe it? I didn't know Marquise's birthday was in April. Cool. Well, let him know that I said happy birthday. So yeah, we got our kids are just growing up. They're just growing up. It's just so crazy. Um, but anyway, so yesterday we had those thought provoking questions, and the one that I had some struggle with yesterday, and I said, you guys need to give me a day to kind of, think about this, was the question was, describe your life with a 6-word sentence. Describe your life in a 6-word sentence. And I was thinking, gosh, how do I do that? So I thought about it, and I had writer's block last night. I really did. And I was thinking, how am I gonna, what am I gonna talk about? And, what am I gonna think about? How do I put, all of this into words? So what I came up with, and let me know if you're watching what you came up with, if you decided to do the task, the homework assignment. What I came up with was, once an empty canvas, now color filled. Think about that. Once an empty canvas, now color filled. Okay. What does that mean to you? Okay. When you think about your life, and just think about that statement for a second, um, and think about your life in general. We could go 100 different directions with this statement, this 6-word statement. I'm gonna, just sort of share with you, where my thought, or what it means to me, like why I came up with, those 6 words, because I view my life, as most I'm sure do, as a journey, right? And you start off with, I always picture, and I'm not even an artist really, but I think about art a lot in comparison to life. I don't know why my brain goes in that direction, but it just does. Um, and I think about life in general as this just white canvas, waiting to be colored in, and with every good thing, every bad thing, every success, every failure, everything that we go through in life is just a brush stroke of color. Okay. And so as we go through our lives, and we have these experiences, we begin to create over time this, beautiful creation, right? Our journey through life. Okay. And at the very end of our life, there's a masterpiece that's created, you know, and you can place that canvas in an art gallery. This is where my brain goes, right? And you know how, like, sometimes on TV you see, scenes where, there's a beautiful picture on the wall, and you just have someone, standing right in front of it and just looking at that picture, you know. And to some who, may not think that deeply, or have that connection with art, they don't even know what that person's looking at, but you see them just sort of staring into the picture. And I believe, or at least from my perspective, um, when you're staring into that canvas, you know, there are things, there's in the color, in the shapes, that's why art has meaning, to everybody. And it's all about, how you perceive what it is that you're looking at. And so for me, with that question, when I think about my life, I think about, when we're born with, and the slate is empty, the canvas is just empty. And with every decision that we make, every step that we take, every experience that we have in our life is, like I said, a stroke of color, you know. And at the end of our lives, there's a masterpiece of our journey that has been created. So that is what I think, those are my 6 words that describe my life. So, um, what does that mean? Like, what are those strokes in my life? Well, you know, the that goes to the defining moments that we have in our lives, So, the big moments, like graduation from high school, which a lot of our seniors right now are not going to be able to experience, prom, those memories, that sort of shape us, and that we think about, over time, right? So we have, prom and graduation, and then, the big moments of your college life, and becoming an adult, becoming a young man, or a young woman, and those experiences, the fun times, the times that are not so fun, you know, um, your first love, right? The person that, makes you excited about life, and what life has to offer. The person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And you think about marriage, okay, and the experiences that you have, throughout your marriage, the good, the bad, the indifferent, all of those things. And then children, they represent a color, in your life, and then those experiences that you have with your children, and then it just goes on, and by the end of your life, all of those colors sort of come together and create a picture. And that's why, when you're looking at that picture and you get lost in it, like many people do, that's what's happening. You're looking at the colors and you're looking at the strokes and the shape of the the lines and the whatever it is, and seeing different pictures of your life. So I know this was a short one today because I just was really lost on content. I'm gonna just check the live here to see if there's anybody here, anybody making comments. Monica, are you there still? If you are, talk to me. Tell me what you're thinking. What's your 6-word sentence that describes your life? What is that? I'll wait for, a few seconds. If I don't hear from you, then, um, we're going to, you know, end it right there, I guess, because I don't have, a whole lot else to add to that. I think that kind of, speaks for itself. So, um, I need content, guys. So if you're listening and there's something that you want to talk about and have a discussion about, let me know, so we can discuss it. In the meantime, I'm gonna, think about. I had kind of like a mental block last night. I was up until like 2 a.m. and I, had some projects that I was working on, for both my business and, the company that I work with. And, so I was just kind of getting those things done. And last night it just, I lost track of time, number one. And number two, I was just racking my brain over what I could, talk about this morning. So that's what I came up with. So Monica says, I'm always busy and I'm too stressed. Um, you're busy and you're too stressed. Okay, you need a change. Well, what kind of change, Monica? Making for my total happiness with my life. I need a change making for my total happiness with my life. We need to expand on that. So, um, you know, we all need change. And especially right now, I think, dealing with this pandemic and everything that's going on, it's putting us in a place where, we start to think about things on a totally different level, you know, um, because we don't know what our future is holding for us right now. So um, it's hard to just take one day at a time or just put one foot forward without knowing, where that's going. But um, I mean, you got to see the good in what's happening right now. Even if there are things happening in your life, you have to try to find, the silver lining with all of that. Um, Monica says, my main goal is to make sure my kids achieve their goals. And that's true. We live our lives that way, those of us who have children, right? Everything revolves around our kids. And, but then they grow up and they have a life of their own. And where does that leave us? You know? So, while I think that, I'm the same way, Monica, you and I kind of, we live the same life basically, with everything just um, um, rotating around our children and what their goals and their needs are. But we still, have to, find some time for us to do the things that make us happy, because what good parents, which we are, right? We want to encourage our children to go off and find what makes them happy. And so in doing that, we have to lead by example, So if we're telling them, think about what makes you happy, create that canvas, with beautiful, colors, strokes of color, we have to do the same thing for ourselves. So, um, you know, if you feel like it's time for a change, then act upon it, execute and, think about what things make you happy, like what would make me happy? What could I do? We talked about this one time in another live, think about things that you would do that just make you lose track of time, and you enjoy doing it. And, if you would do it regardless of whether you made money doing it or not, those are the things that make us happy. And then figure out if there's a way to accomplish that, and earn a living. That's what I did with mortgages. And I'm not making the money that I'd like to right now because of where things are, and because my business is so new. It's only a little over a year old, and it takes time to get people to buy in, with something that you're passionate about. But I'm gonna keep trucking because I love it. It makes me happy. So you need to change work wise and health wise, you're saying, Monica. So, let's talk about that. Talk about, and we can talk offline. Call me anytime. I'm here for you, girl. I am. Um, but think about, you know, what would make you happy work wise? Like, what types of things do you like to do? And then from a health standpoint, look, I know where the health issues are coming from with you because you are running yourself ragged with, so many things going on. You got to take some me time out, Monica, you know, and just exhale for a minute, you know, and do something that makes you happy because we need that. We really need that. That's, when me and my friend Veronica, when we started doing these girls trips like many, many years ago. And that was the reason why we did it because, our kids were so involved in so many different things and, you know, we were being pulled in so many different directions that we used our birthday because we share the same birthday as an excuse or a reason to just get away and exhale and have that me time. And it's so important. And it's not being selfish at all. I know sometimes we place guilt on ourselves because we feel like, we got kids and, they got this going on, they got that going on, or, you know, you don't want to leave the husband or the significant other, home with the kids by themselves. We feel like we have to, be there. There's a little bit of guilt that kind of sets in sometimes. And you got to set that aside and you have to take that time for yourself, even if it's just to recuperate, and just breathe for a moment and read a book or go to an art gallery and you know, just jump into a picture and lose yourself in it and just think about all the things that make you happy. Those things are really important. They star, for your sanity and to keep you out of depression, um and to just give yourself a little bit of fresh air, so that you can breathe, because sometimes we feel like we're drowning. I know. And before I let you guys go, I'm just going to say this. I used to have this dream. I don't have it anymore, thank God. So I think I'm in a better place mentally. But I used to have this dream consistently that I was falling into a black hole, you know, and there was like this whirlwind sort of happening above me, and I was sinking into that black hole. And all I could see was my hands, like, you know, reaching out of this, whirlpool that was sucking me under. And I got to look to see what that really means, because I have no idea what it means. But I would gather to think that it means that I was losing control of my life, and rather than me navigating myself through whatever I'm dealing with, I was just on autopilot and just letting life just kind of suck me in. And you can't do that. You can't do it. You have to um, pull yourself out of it and do what you're doing. Like, you're recognizing that, you need a change, and, maybe it starts with you just taking care of yourself, and doing some things for yourself, and then graduate to, let me start thinking about what I want to do career wise, and what would make me happy, you know. Um, and Monica, call me, because, I do those mentorship and coaching sessions, and, we can sit down and figure those things out together if that's something that you're interested in doing. I love helping people, that. So, um, just give me a call offline, and if you want to chat about those types of things, we can certainly do that. Um, all right, let me see. Is there anything else? I don't see anything. All right, so we're right at 36 minutes, or actually 37 minutes. So I'm going to end it here today, but I do want topics, guys. I need topics, even if it's just one word, throw something in there, let me mull over it and then come up with, something for us to talk about, because I really want to keep these lives going. And, even the best of writers get writer's block, and then they can't think. And I'm kind of getting there myself. And maybe it's because, I haven't had much sleep recently with all the stresses that are going on, but I'm struggling with finding topics for our lives. So I need help. And if you're interested and you find value in what I'm doing here, then fuel it, give me something to feed off of, so that we can, continue to engage with each other, and talk about things that, can help us, in our careers, in our lives, whatever the case may be. Anyway, I am going to leave it there. It is 8:54. Thank you, Monica, for joining. Thank you in advance for those individuals who will catch this on the replay. And, you know, again, I'm looking for topics, so just throw them in there. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you again, Monica. Call me. You've got my number. If you need me, I'm here. And I will chat with everybody tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining. Have a great day, everybody.